Greetings, roller coaster fanatics, and welcome out to a Fanatic Reviews. Today we're talking about Impulse at Knoebels. This is the only steel roller coaster at this park if you exclude their kiddie roller coaster. And it's kind of a small little roller coaster, but let's give it a talk, shall we? So, Impulse, the newest roller coaster at Knoebels, and also the first true big steel roller coaster at this park. This coaster is very, very small budget at only $8 million to build and construct, which is not usual for your typical steel roller coaster. Usually they're around $18 million to $20 million. Like, this thing just seems very small and compact and just right for Knoebels, which is a small amusement resort, if you would call it that, because they've got a lot of stuff in this park. It has a height and a drop of about 98 feet, so just a little bit below the 100-foot mark, and it's the only coaster here to have inversions. It has a total of 4 inversions, a cobra roll, which equals 2, a vertical loop, and may I just say, this thing is a lot more circular than an actual oval loop, which we usually see on most roller coasters, and then finally, a long stretched out barrel roll. This is definitely a short kind of experience. It has a total duration of only 1 minute and 10 seconds, and that's from the time you leave the station to the time you hit the brake run. Now, this coaster makes up for it by having insane G's. This coaster goes a whopping 4.2 G's. Now, that's insane. This is a compact ride, so it definitely provides some nice G-forces, which you will feel. This roller coaster manufacturer was Zierer. If you don't know Zierer, they're a German manufacturer that have usually made kiddie roller coasters, but they are famous for their big three. Verbolten at Busch Gardens Williamsburg 2012, Wicked at Lagoon Park 2007, and this at Knoebels 2015. This definitely has some similarities to Wicked in a way that they both have a vertical lift and a vertical drop, and they kind of are a little bit compact. Wicked is not as compact as this, and also this does have a chain lift instead. This coaster also allows Pennsylvania to have 3 coasters with a vertical lift hill, a straight 90-degree vertical lift hill. You don't see that often, where a state can hold 3 roller coasters that have straight up vertical lift hills. That's Impulse, Fahrenheit, and Toboggan, which is at Lakemont Park. So, my thoughts on Impulse. This is a fun little ride. This blew my mind. I was expecting something like Wicked, and it was different, almost. It has your same style Zierer trains as Wicked. They 2-row, 4-seating trains. They have 3 of them, which is nice, but the capacity is very low in this. About 480 riders per hour if they're running all 3 trains, which is very rare. And they do only have a single loading station also, but operations here are pretty good. They dispatch the trains pretty quickly. So I enjoy these lap bars. I think they're nice and snug, unlike the Sky Rush restraints, which ironically I'm wearing now. But also, when it comes to Zierer restraints like Wicked and Impulse, you must not have anything in your pockets. Not because they'll fall out, which might happen. I had a couple of change fall out. But also, these restraints will not lock into place. They will move down, especially on the G-forces. So when you have something like a phone or a camera inside your pockets, they will crush your legs and it will feel uncomfortable. So they have bins on the right platforms and lockers. So whatever you do, do not put anything in your pockets during this ride, and you will feel, your legs will feel more comfortable on this ride just because of the way these lap bars work. They cover the entire part of your legs, and I found them to be very nice as long as there's nothing in my pockets. Now, the seating is really weird because of my broad shoulders. The ends of the seats kind of bulge out a little bit, so my shoulders kind of hit, but if I lean out, it's not too bad. I don't think that'll really affect a lot of people, but it does affect me. So you start out with a slow, screeching halt to the right to the vertical lift. And may I just say, I love this vertical lift hill. It's very fun, kind of slow. It gets you up there, it gets your blood pumping, and then you drop at 90 degrees straight down, and it is great. As soon as that happens, you go right into the cobra roll, feeling a ton of positive G's, and your lap bar will really move down closer, squeezing your legs. You go into the cobra roll, which is actually pretty nice. It is not your standard full cobra roll. It feels like it's kind of slanted a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it's very fun. I enjoy this. And then you pull right out with some positive G's, and then you go straight into the vertical loop, which once again, you get a ton of positive G's. It is compacted so much that you just go right through it. And it is great. You pull out and kind of relax a little bit as you bank to the right. Then you twist into a sort of a helix to the left to get ready for the final inversion, which is a long barrel roll, and you feel the hang time. Oh boy, you are out of your seat, and you're just, this is the part where your change is gone. Like, no matter what, your change is gone. And then afterwards, you immediately right back into positive G's in a helix, almost a double helix per se, and then finally into the break. So it's definitely short, but wow, does it do a lot in that time frame. It is so awesome. The amount of things you do in the time that it does is mind-blowing. Cobra roll, a vertical loop, a long barrel roll, all this compacted into a small area is nice. And may I just say also, what's interesting is how small it is. You can see it around the area of the park, and it's a great coaster that you first see when you enter the park into the parking lot. It is so cool. I enjoy this ride. It's definitely one of the better coasters at Knoebels. It's a fun little ride. It is short though, and that was a little bit of a disappointment. And the restraints or the seating in general is kind of weird on Zero trains. But I enjoy it, and it's not too bad. And I'm going to give Impulse at Knoebels a B. So that was Impulse at Knoebels. Such a great little roller coaster. I'm glad they installed this. This was a nice steel roller coaster to add to their collection of roller coasters, and it's a perfect fit for the uniqueness of Knoebels themselves, and it fits right in with how unique each ride is at this park. Thank you all for watching. If you have a comment about this roller coaster or what your thoughts on this roller coaster, put them down in the comments below, and I want to know your thoughts on this ride and any other rides at this park that you want to mention. Thank you all for watching, and as always, roller coaster fanatics, keep coasting.